Edmonton coming in hot, tied with the Leafs. Now they have played 3 more games, but still coming right in hot against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And what's interesting is the conversation around Tyson Barrie, I think. Obviously Edmonton had a really rocky start and then, well, not really rocky start, rocky middle, and they're back. Actually,
yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Since I called them mediocre, they've done great, which is awesome. But the thing with Edmonton that I find interesting is the conversation about Tyson Barrie. People are like, oh, Toronto didn't know what it had. And I think they're right, because I think a lot of people demonize Tyson Barrie for certain things he shouldn't have been demonized for. I also think Toronto put him in a position where he couldn't succeed, flipped coaches in the middle of the season. But Steve, you tweeted something like a couple weeks ago about his production under Sheldon Keefe.
Yes. So I don't have the tweet right in front of me, but he basically, under Mike Babcock, in the few games that he played with him, I think he had 7 assists, no goals. He was scoring at a 25-point pace, something like that. This is Tyson Barrie, who I'm pretty sure put up back-to-back like 60-plus point seasons prior to this. Under Keefe, he was back in the 50s for pace. This is Tyson Barrie. Like, no one on earth should be surprised that he's producing, right? Like, I wasn't jacked on him returning to the team. He is a defensive liability. Let's be honest. What was the quote I heard somewhere? He's a threat at both ends of the ice, which is rude. But I mean, he's truly offensively gifted.
Yeah,
this guy.
Yep.
And the Leafs were not the right fit. They took a 72-point player off the top power play unit to put Barrie in a better position, which made no sense. He would have been better on another team. He's got 30 points in 34 games right now, 26 are assists. What's fascinating to me, though, is he doesn't even lead Oilers defensemen in even strength scoring. That actually belongs to Darnell Nurse.
Right.
So but at the end of the day, should he be punished? Should we think any less of him for doing exactly what he does?
So the question,
starting the play and getting power play points on an offensively gifted team.
And the Oilers sort of needed that too. They needed that quarterback guy, and he's been great.
Yeah, just don't be an idiot when you re-sign him.
$3.7 million is what he's making. Good value for Edmonton.
Sure.
Now they're talking extension.
Sure.
What do you do?
I don't think I give him more than Riley.
You don't give him more than $5 million?
I know he's going to score. But man, defensively, like, you talk about, there are other players in this league. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe a John Carlson comes to mind, where like he puts up a ton of points, but you go, oh, he's not the greatest in his own zone. No. This guy is no good in his own zone. I'm not down with it at all. Tyson Barrie is a good hockey player. If the Oilers re-sign him, I don't think it would be a mistake,
mm-hmm.
but I do see term and dollar amount being an issue. And, maybe he re-signs with them and it's not so bad. Maybe
mm-hmm.
he would get more on the open market, and maybe you can talk him into, listen, he's engaged. We know, I think he's a BC guy.
Mm-hmm.
Settle down here. We're not that far from home. We're in a panini. Take a bit of a haircut. Listen, take a bit of a haircut. You can play with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl for the next half decade. Does that sound appealing to you there, Tyson?
Yeah.
Of course it does. Help us surround you and the best duo in the NHL. They have 110 points combined now.
Fuck.
Wow. In 34 games.
McDavid's on pace for 98 points currently. And if he can get up to 100 points, he'd be only the second player in history to reach 100 points in less than 60 games. And the other guy is a guy named by the name of Mario Lemieux. So if he can do that, it'll be history. Then he's 2 points off of that pace.
He's going to do it. If he's healthy, he'll do it.
Yeah,
he's going to do it. Because he knows that record. He knows. He's going to do it. It's going to be amazing.
Let's put a bow on this conversation. If Tyson Barrie were smart, I think he'd take a haircut to stay with the Oilers, because all the fun you're having this year, you can have it forever now.
Mm-hmm. And people don't talk about this much. Low income tax rate in Alberta, very low.
There you go. And it's so sad because I feel like Toronto maybe could have been that in a different scenario, a different mind behind the bench. Babcock just stapled him to Muzzin, and those are both good players, and it didn't work. It very obviously didn't work. And he kept, I'm the smartest guy in the room, and I'm going to make it work. And he ruined his tenure with the Leafs. Could not get it back. Scored goals in 3 straight games. Or was it 4? 3 or 4 straight games. Soon as he was fired. Oh, looks good on you. If I think Barrie would be very smart to take a team-friendly deal with the Oilers. I really do. Now, can we talk about the other scores on the Oilers?
Sure.
So Barrie, 3rd in Oilers scoring with 30 points. The
Pretty
next highest is Leon Draisaitl with 50.
Unbelievable.
The next highest, aka the highest, is Connor McDavid with 60. What makes that even more unbelievable is Draisaitl is actually 2nd in NHL scoring with 50 points, which means McDavid is 10 points clear of his next closest teammate and the next closest player to him in the scoring race. The 3rd highest scorer in the NHL is Patrick Kane with 42.
And Marner's got 40.
And Marner's got 40, which means he's 20 points clear of 4th, 18 points clear of 3rd, 10 clear of 2nd. He is on, Jesse said, what was it, 98 points?
98-point pace right now in 56 games.
And that's for a 56-game season.
Yeah.
If this were a if this was an 82-game season like it usually is, he'd be on a 144-point pace. And
it's 1.7 1.76 points per game, and that's 29th all time. So that includes everyone who's ever played hockey in the NHL.
Era adjusted. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right? So
not too bad.
No, not at all. So I said this could be one of the best seasons by any player in a year that starts with a 2. And here's what I'm trying to find out right now, because there's a few candidates. Sidney Crosby, the year he got hurt by Dave Steckel, was stupid. It was honestly the best year of his career, and it got shortened. It's a sin. He had 15 goals, 41 points, 56 points in 36 games. Or am I even talking about the right year? I might be looking at the wrong year. Oh my God. We were so robbed of Sidney Crosby. He has a 41-game season, a 22, a 36. In those shortened seasons, his production was ridiculous. 66 in 41, 37 in 22, 56 in 36. The only other candidate to me better than McDavid if he stays at this pace or improves on it, which is also an option, is Mario Lemieux's coming out of retirement year.
Oh, that was a crazy year. He was unbelievable.
I did an era-adjusted piece, and it's one of those things. He was so good that looking at the numbers, it made me forget I was alive for it. We didn't appreciate it.
And it was the clutch and grab era, too.
Clutch and grab era, and would you look at that? 76 points in 43 games. Stupidity. 35 goals, 41 assists, 76 points in 43 games. And guess what? A pace of 144. Just like Connor McDavid.
Wow.
There's a couple little decimals there. I think Lemieux was on an ever so slightly higher pace. McDavid is legitimately the best. He's the best offensive player right now this season in any year that starts with a 2.
That's fair.
Any year that starts with a 2. 60 points in 34 games. Have mercy. Good Lord. And somehow the Leafs held him off the sheet for 3 straight.
No, didn't he get 1 assist in there?
No, Leon.
Draisaitl did.
Oh, Draisaitl did. Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's the other guy who's got 50 plus
His
points.
teammate. Yeah.
I remember
Stupid.
Mario coming back because, of course, it was against the Leafs, and of course they just smashed the Leafs 5-0.
Took him less than a period to score.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I remember that comeback very, very well.